Welcome, everybody, to Tiger Talk. I'm Dave Woloshin, and today we visit with Blake Smart, the golf coach at the University of Memphis. And, Coach, I know you have to be sad. You're coming off a great year the year before. You guys were hot this year, 2 good finishes, a couple of really hot golfers, and then, boom, nothing. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's man, what a run we're on right now, right? Yeah, we were on the road. We were basically in our third of 3 straight. I hadn't been home in, I think it was 13, 14 days at the time we got pulled off the road. So it was kind of a rude way to come back to Memphis, and then obviously trying to figure everything out since then. It's been a constant flow of change, but we're getting through it.
You've had so much unbelievable success. Player at Berry College, NAIA All-American. You went to Oklahoma. They had great success. A head coach at Kennesaw State. You built that program up. Coach of the year in this conference a couple of years ago. What's your philosophy that has made it work so well for you?
You know, I was thinking about this before we came on because I like to try to be prepared. But I think a lot of people can be a coach as far as X's and O's. Recruiting, a lot of that's just working really hard. And I think a lot of people are capable of that. I think the interesting part comes in building a sustainable culture. I think that part is hard. I think it takes really consistent effort. It takes the ability to be able to adapt, because every year, I may be losing, if I lose 3 seniors and bring in 3 freshmen, that could be a 60, 70% roster turnaround. And so to put myself and what I believe every day onto a team ahead of time, probably not the best way to go. So being adaptable, but also you have to have your 4 or 5 core principles that you stick to and hold people accountable to. And so I try to get good dudes. I try to get guys who take care of stuff off the golf course. And I tell them, if you're taking care of all that stuff off the course, then we can spend our time talking about golf. And that's why we're here. If I'm chasing you around about class or social activities, then that takes away from us doing what we really want to do. So let's stay focused, and you'll have your occasional hiccups. They're 18 to 22. I might have an occasional hiccup myself that my assistant coach busts my chops on. But yeah, we try to be very consistent. I try to make sure they're not sabotaging themselves. And at the end of the day, I think if you can give every one of your players the opportunity to see how good they can be, then that's my job. A lot of times it's keeping them from sabotaging themselves and sticking to a plan.
Sure. They are 18 to 22, and some of them, as you said, from overseas, away from home. Have they come to you at all for advice about this pandemic? Or what do you tell them? How do you reassure them?
I'm fortunate to coach a group of guys that are pretty mature. I think, when I first delivered the news, we were on the road, and it was a lot of questions of, well, whose decision was that? I'm like, dude, it's way above my pay grade, so chill. But I think my guys are able to kind of take a step back. And I think some of that involves what we do in the program of just monitoring yourself, making sure your emotions are in check and seeing the big picture. And so maybe some of those things that we try to talk about every day has helped. But yeah, they'll come ask questions, but a lot of it's just logistics. I mean, my guys are used to being on the road and things being thrown at them. And again, with international guys, they've been around the world and they've seen stuff. So a little bit different than maybe some other sports where guys are from smaller places and haven't really traveled very much. But I think my guys have handled it really well, and we just check in on them occasionally. And again, going to online classes, we're making sure everyone's adjusting to that and keeping up with that. So just a little bit of back and forth, but I'd say I've been fortunate. No one has had issues health-wise or safety-wise, and so knock on wood, we'll keep that going.
It has really been fun chatting with you. I appreciate it. I hope we get to play golf someday soon. Maybe you'll invite me to play with your team.
Yeah, Dave, we appreciate it, and hope you guys stay safe and take care and healthy, and go Tigers.